Professional championship boxing is taking place this weekend at the Barclays Center, but ringside, citywide, one of the country's oldest amateur boxing tournaments, the 90th annual New York Daily News The Golden Gloves, is underway. Joining me is the Golden Gloves defending 132-pound open class champion. Also, and if you're wondering, a 2020 Olympic hopeful, Bruce Carrington Jr. Welcome back, man.
Thank you.
Good to see you. How's everything?
Everything's going great. You know, I'm training for the Golden Gloves once again, and you know, I'm just staying focused right now.
All right. Also along for the ride is his father, Bruce Carrington Sr. We brought him out of the shadows. Come to the light. Come to the light, right? All right. Good. You know, lately you've been getting a lot of media attention lately.
Yeah.
And there's a documentary out about you, right? You and Carmelo Anthony, New York Knicks, also WBA middleweight champion Daniel
Jacobs. It's more so a short film. It's going to be shown on tomorrow. It's going to premiere tomorrow on vicesports.com at 11 a.m. Sorry, and it's just basically about me just growing up outside of Brownsville, and me going through certain adversities and stuff like that. And then going into this boxing game and then basically finding a way out and becoming successful.
What advice did Melo have to give you?
Well, Melo, he found a lot of similarities in him and I, as in both coming out of a poverty-stricken area and trying to basically have a reason to fight our way out of it and become successful. I think a lot of people that have something to go for themselves in a poverty-stricken area, they are forced to become ambitious.
Also, as his father, how did you see this documentary?
It was good, and with Carmelo Anthony, helping us out with his, advice, and plus with his fan base, it helped, build our brand also. So, I'm definitely open for, interviews and,
Of course. Okay. Yeah. Also, when it comes to your relationship, how much has your relationship changed? You graduated from high school 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So now he's out there. He's fighting overseas. He was in the Olympic trials. You're still a father and you're an advisor, but it's a delicate walk, right?
It hasn't really changed. It's a little easier for me now because, when he was younger, I had to keep the fire up under him and have to explain to him all the time why, he have to keep training and do what he, a lot of times he want to, be a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to explain. But now, he's in love with boxing, and he does everything automatically now.
So you're not like Joe Jackson?
No, not at all, not at all.
The Williams sisters' father.
I'm more like Customato.
Customato,
yeah, Customato to Mike Tyson, right.
You know what I mean? I saw his talent, and just...
You know what it is? He helps me. He does certain things and helps me build an understanding on why I have to be this type of person, on why I have to, take the initiative on certain opportunities. And, sometimes, like when I was younger, I would take my talent and gift for granted. You know what I mean? I believe I have a God-given gift, and sometimes I would take it for granted. And he taught me, like, you don't have the time for that. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a lot of things to become successful. And he made sure he built that understanding. So now, at the age that I am, I completely cherish all the things that he told me.
The father and son teams are also famous in boxing, especially you have Sugar Shane Mosley.
Yeah.
In tennis, you got the Williams sisters, their relationship with their father, and you have other, and also now, from what we were talking about off camera, you said it's changing. As far as the WBC, the World Boxing Council, doesn't want the fathers to participate in the ring, in the corner.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't. They were saying one of the reasons is the fathers don't know when to tell a fighter to quit. Like when a fighter is hurt, they said the fathers still let the fighters, they want the fighters to still fight when they hurt, and they don't know when to pull them out.
I mean, and if you take a look at, remember Joe Frazier when his son Marvis was fighting, I believe, Mike Tyson. His father stepped in there and stopped that fight.
I mean, I guess he's probably an exception to the rule, but they said overall the fathers, they want the kids to win so bad till
they sacrifice them.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, speaking of the Olympic trials, you were in the Olympic trials last year. You went to the finals.
Yes.
You fought over London. You were overseas. You had your first overseas experience. How much has that changed you as a boxer, as a person?
Oh, well, it changed me a lot. You know, I definitely, on the Olympic experience, the Olympic trial experience, it helped me, you know, get a little taste of professional ranks, if the professional boxing, because it takes off the headgear and everything like that. And a lot of people were worried about it at first, you know, because there was a lot of things with the headgear being also the cuts in the eye and different type of swellings and different type of injuries that could be possible. But I actually like it more because I'm a defensive fighter, I get to see a lot more punches better. And
you can see it out your peripheral.
Your peripheral is much better, yeah, definitely much better. I just love the whole experience. And then in London, when I had my first experience out in London, it was definitely different for me, and it took me a step back and made me want to stay in the amateur game a little longer because I need the international experience. Those guys out in London and different type of fighters, they have a different type of style that I want to adapt to and want to get better at when I fight against them again.
Turning pro, I know you're waiting for the 2020 Olympics, but you know, why not now? I mean, aren't there folks are always whispering in your ear, hey, you know what? He should go now. He should maybe go next year. Why wait?
Well, you got to be careful about the advice you're getting from people in this game, the entertainment game, because people give you advice with their own interests involved. So, you know, if you a person who's getting something out of it, you know, I got to question your advice when it comes to that. But I feel we, as a brand, we're not built yet enough. We, you know, I'm still in the process of building a brand. Like he said, he need the experience overseas, you know. And so once we get that, and he complete building his overseas experience and our brand. I mean, you know, we're never going to be complete building our brand, but once we do a little more of that, and then I'll say, you know, we'll see whether we're ready to go pro or not. You
But
know?
definitely, hopefully, the Olympics. Speaking of the near future Golden Gloves, when is your first match?
I have yet to get an email yet, but my first match should be this month. It definitely should be. You know, I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded right now. You know, I've been training camps has been going great. A lot of sparring, different type of professional guys. A lot of help from my man Juan Dominguez. He's 19-1, a professional. And he's definitely been helping me, and a lot of my man Richardson Hitchens and Christopher Colbert.
Speaking of that, professional fights, they're taking place this weekend at the Barclays Center. How do you see it, especially for your boy Richardson?
Oh yeah, that boy's gonna do some damage tonight. I mean, he's gonna do some damage this weekend. I tell you right now, he's coming out. He's in shape. He's probably the best I've seen him in a long time right now. You know, he's gonna definitely put on a show.
I think it's the best I've ever seen him.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to be there to support him, give him our full
Definitely.
support. We're spreading the word.
Yeah, he's definitely going to put on a show, man.
Yeah.
And he's under Mayweather also, right?
Yeah.
He's under Mayweather most, so God bless him. Hope, you know, the best for him.
The future for you, once the Golden Gloves is over, more likely you're going to win it. What's next, especially during the summer months? You have to keep yourself busy.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So I have the Golden Glove Nationals. That's going to be in Nebraska, I believe, this year. It's going to be in Nebraska in May, and then I have other different tournaments. There's qualifying tournaments for the USA Nationals, I believe, in June, July, one of those months.
Right.
And just going to keep myself busy with a lot of different national and you know, state tournaments and shows.
You know, all right. We got to end it. But you know what? May have you guys back Father's Day weekend. Before that, all right? All right, we'll do that. All right, thanks for coming.